Hello world, it's Rich Fortney, and this is the quest to get on the Alone Show. I'm up here in Pennsylvania. I'm at Dan Wowak. He was on season 3 of Alone. He's got a Bushcraft School up here in Pennsylvania. I decided I was going to take some of his courses just to hone my skills, to make sure I know what I'm talking about. But he's actually taught me a couple of new techniques, him and his instructors. So it's a good school. If you get a chance, definitely get up here and go to it. It's got several different levels of classes. You can go online. It's Coalcracker Bushcraft School. So stay tuned. We're going to be working with a bow drill. I'll finish that series up, and then we're going to go possibly into more in depth about fat wood and fishing traps. But stay tuned. Hello world, this is the quest to get on the Alone Show. I am Rich Fortney. As you all know, this is my quest. Hopefully you can help me get on there, or at least get a chance. I know there's a lot of experts out there, but I'd like to go and challenge myself. So please hit the like button wherever it may be on your computer, and hopefully the Alone Show producers and them will see this. Well, today's session is going to be a bow drill. I'm going to go over everything that you need to make one, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to do it, and then we'll go ahead and build a fire with it. So first off, I'm going to show you some of the tools and stuff that you're going to need. Obviously a knife, but I'll zoom in here on the table. Okay, as you can see, got quite a few things here. That mallet you don't need. I use that for pounding stuff, but I'll put it out of the way. Okay, the first thing you're going to need is somewhat of a bent stick, like so. I've cut a few notches in it, so that way whenever you tie your cord, you'll see it helps keep it sturdy so it doesn't slip. You'll need some 550 cord or paracord, shoelaces, whatever. A couple of sticks or dowels. This one, seen quite a few people use it, and I actually used it, and it's pretty good. You make a small top, and let me make sure I'm showing you all good. You make a small top, like a spindle top. You bore out a hole in the top of it, you put it in there, and whenever you put pressure down on it, like so, it helps with the friction. So it makes this spin a lot more, your dowel spin a lot more, and a lot faster. And you'll see that. However, if you don't want to do that, a straight dowel will work as well. You're also going to need a flat piece of wood to use your dowel and burn to get your ash. You'll also need what's referred to as a bird's nest. What I did was I pulled some bark and rounded it all up. This is oak bark, that's poplar bark. But basically you just rip the bark off, cut it into shreds, and twist it up. Bird's nest. See? So the next thing you want something that will put pressure down on your dowel rod. Personally, I have a knife that has a dowel hole already in it. Survival knife. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Good looking out, a buddy of mine. But a lot of people will use a rock. And what you want to do with that rock is, as you can see, I started chipping away at it. This is a sandstone rock, so you can actually scrape it until you get a little divot. And it'll take you a little while. So I'll go ahead and stop. I'll do it and time it and let y'all know how long it took me. So stay tuned. Alright world, it's been only about 15 minutes. I somewhat got a nice little hole going. A little divot. As you can see. I wet it so you can see it a little bit better. So to get it really deep to where it won't slip off, probably be another 30-40 minutes of of pounding on it and grinding it like so. I showed you a little bit, but I also wanted to give you a tip. See all this sand, well, sand dust I should say, from the rock? Well, if you're out in a survival situation, you don't have anything to sharpen your knife with, get you some mud, like so. Use that on the edge of it, and mix it in there, or if you can find some sand, that would be good. And you can actually use this. I'll show you. I'll just use an old piece of poplar here I got at the camp, and you smear it on the edge of the log. And I'll show you how to coat it. You want to smash it in there good. And then basically you're going to take all that sand dust, leave this dirt here, just keep filling it with the sand dust, and then once you're done, you pack that on that little log, and you can use that as a sharpening tool to help you sharpen your knives, like so. Basically it's just a, and it's actually better than nothing. I know a lot of people will strop with leather, and I do that as well. I just learned those techniques here recently, and it actually works very well. Helps keep the edge on your knife. So so just a little tip. So we're going to continue. Just showing you what I was talking about as far as packing it in. And you just keep doing it, doing it. And you could also use the rock to sharpen your axe or your knife. But this one, it's more like the stropping that you did. There you have it. Hello world, it's Rich Fortney, and this is the Quest to Get on the Alone show. I wanted to let y'all know I cut out the bow drill that I did originally, and I wanted to show you all a tip that I got from Mikey Helton Jr. He was on season 10. He lasted 54 days. Hell of an accomplishment, to say the least. But he showed me a double string bow drill, and it actually works very good. And there's a couple reasons why you would want to use it. One of my bow drills snapped on me, a single one. And I'll show you that clip here in just a minute. But also, the winner of season 10 gave me a tip. I was shouldering out. What that means is when your spindle or your dowel, whatever you want to call it, is up in your block, your braking block, that you hold pressure on. He told me to put some lube in it. As far as a leaf or something that's green that has a lot of juice. So I'm going to put those two their YouTube channels in the comment section. So please go to them and watch them. They're awesome. They're definitely give you some good pointers and good tips. So stay tuned, watch that. You'll see some bloopers from the figure 4. And there's quite a few bloopers on this one too that you get to see next time. So, and also there's a safety tip in there for it. So stay tuned. Why the double bowstring is much better. Okay, world, I put a piece of punkwood on that. I'm going to show you what that is. There's that punkwood I was telling you about. Here in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and get it in the bird's nest. So I'll zoom out, try to get all the cameras to capture it. There we go. You just keep building your fire. All this kindling is white poplar, or tulip poplar. Now, if y'all are wondering what that punkwood is, it's you get an old rotten log and you go to the inside of it. It's got real spongy type of wood in there. I'll pull it up and show you. This right here is real spongy. It's got to be dry. So now we'll go ahead and get to the bird's nest. Sorry about the camera work, but there we go. There we go. Now I'm also going to put some, try to get some of that white pine cones. They got that residue on them, sort of like fat wood. I have here some cedar bark and fat wood. Made a little torch. Got some sycamore bark. Get that on there. And you just keep building your fire. All this kindling is white poplar, or tulip poplar. So there you have it. So I decided to go ahead and make an oak. I put a little pepperoni on there, see if maybe a mouse will come and grab it. But I used a real light piece of wood there. As you can see, normally you'd use a big rock like that. But I went ahead and set it, and we'll let it play out and see what happens. But basically, I'll show you. I'll reset it after I trigger it. Basically, a little mouse or whatever will come in here and he'll go, oh, yummy, yummy. Oh, that didn't work now, did it? Hello world, Rich Fortney here. Just wanted to give you a safety tip about snakes. I apologize to you, I wasn't able to get down here by the time the snakes started coming out of their hibernation. They're sort of like bears, they sleep during the winter, they bury themselves into dens. But here's my safety tip. If you run into a snake, whether you know what it is or not, just back away, leave it alone. That's the best advice I can give you. Unless you're a trained professional, you know, who's been trained at handling snakes, just leave them alone. They're hard to identify anyway. I know some of the copperheads that are down here can be brownish, look like a water snake. So just leave them alone. There's Rich's safety tip for this episode. So again, apologize, but stay tuned. All right there world, I just want to close it with this little note. A bow drill friction fire takes a lot of work. I've been practicing for quite a while now, and I'm still working on my form. I'll master it eventually, but I've got many hours of doing it so far, and I'll continue to do it. But don't be discouraged if you can't do it the first time. Keep trying. You're going to have to find the form and the technique that works for you. So with that being said, I personally don't like a bow drill because it takes a lot of calories and energy. I know a lot of these survivalists show you how easy it can be done. They've been doing it for many years. So just remember that and keep that in the back of your mind. But don't be discouraged. Keep practicing. So with that being said, arrivederci.